Every story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
Core TV News, expanding your view.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Core TV Primetime News. I am Frank Komalape. Top stories tonight. Thank you for joining us. Now we'll begin tonight in the Federal Capital Territory, where President Muhammadu Buhari says his administration will place premium on science and technology to drive the programs of revamping the nation's economy. President Muhammadu Buhari made this known during the inauguration of National Research and Innovation Council at the Presidential Villa Thursday. A State House correspondent Abiola Oluwole has more.
In his inaugural speech as the chairman of the National Research and Innovation Council, President Muhammadu Buhari promised his administration will invest adequately into science and technology. According to the president, the role of research cannot be underplayed if Nigeria is ready to realize our full potentials.
I wish to assure this council of my determination and commitment to ensure that as a nation we will invest appropriately in science, technology and innovation in order to guarantee our competitiveness both continentally and globally. Create jobs and fight crime can best be achieved if we embrace science and technology.
It tasked members of the council not to assist in putting the nation away from the path of development.
I therefore wish to charge you all to use your best endeavor and also experience to ensure that this big responsibility placed on you is discharged in the most effective and efficient way, so that the tools of science, technology and innovation are adequately deployed towards the development of our country.
The Minister of Science and Technology, Obunaya Onu, on his part, affirmed the commitment of the Council to ensure innovative development across the country. The Council, which has 15 ministers, 2 representatives of the private sector as members, was inaugurated in February 2014 by former President Goodluck Jonathan. From Presidential Villa in Abuja, Abiola Oluwole, Core TV News.
And our Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, says the House is determined to do everything possible to alleviate the sufferings of the internally displaced persons in Nigeria. Speaking on a visit to the Wasa camp for internally displaced persons in Abuja, the Speaker said the visit has strengthened his resolve to push further for the establishment of a Northeast Development Commission. A Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has called on broadcast organizations to embark on more awareness campaign as a contribution in the fight against terrorism in Northeast. The minister made a call while paying host to members of Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, BON, in Abuja. Our correspondent Emmanuel Ono filing this report.
The meeting is the first since the minister took charge of affairs in the ministry. It was one that provided a platform for practitioners and owners of broadcast media outfits to rub minds with him and ensure a successful outcome of ongoing efforts to halt activities of the Boko Haram. The minister in his address commended some members of the Broadcast Organization of Nigeria for their effort so far, but appealed to all members to be more active in their campaign against insurgency.
Terrorists who have been routed from their strongholds have now resorted to attacking soft targets, that is, highly variable places like markets, motor parks, mosques, churches, entertainment centers, and schools, killing innocent people. That is why we believe that as a government, we must now sensitize our people so that they can be more security conscious and we help to end the spread of suicide bombings that are the best vestiges, that are the last vestiges of a fading insurgency. In this regard, we need all Nigerians to join hands together with us. We need all hands on deck, and we need a very important organization like yours, the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, to assist us in creating awareness among our people.
Chairman of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, who is also the Director General of the NTA, Shola Omole, speaking on behalf of other members, pledged their unrelenting support to end insurgency through their programming content. He also described the broadcast organization as a capital-intensive one. The NTA DG appealed to government for financial support.
The continued survival of our nation is the business of all of us. It is only when our nation survives that we can profit in our different enterprises. Once we determine exactly what material we're going to be sending out, we can depend wholeheartedly on the resources of Mr. Shekolale to make these things available to everyone. And I'm sure that our members will rise to the occasion because there are other opportunities for us to exploit for commercial purposes. But in terms of this particular campaign and the one to come, which the Honorable Minister talked about, I pledge the support of BORN as an organization to provide this support.
The Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria is an umbrella body for broadcast organizations in Nigeria with over 100 members saddled with the responsibility of providing content aimed at promoting peace and stability in the country.
A federal high court in Abuja has granted bail to former national chairman of People's Democratic Party, Haliru Bello, and his son, Abba Mohammed, and the sum of 300 million naira, with the two sureties each. A delivering ruling on the bail application, Justice Ahmed Mohammed agreed with the defense counsel that the charges against the accused are bailable offense. Among the bail conditions is that the sureties must be directors and the federal service and should have a landed property in Abuja worth the amount of the bail. Our judiciary correspondent Basil Okafor filed in this report.
The ex-PDP chair, Haliru Bello, appeared in court again on a wheelchair, accompanied by his son, Abba Mohammed, who is also standing trial along with his father for alleged money laundering. They were not disappointed as their appeal for bail was granted by Justice Ahmed Mohammed of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Justice Mohammed also ordered Bello and his son to deposit their international passports to the court and appeared on February 16 for continuation of the trial.
Apart from the fact that the conditions are a little onerous, stringent, well, we'll see whether they are attainable, whether they are fulfillable. I don't want to jump the guns here. Let's see how the defendants, their efforts at trying to meet the conditions. If they are unable to fulfill the conditions, of course, we may have no choice than to go back to court to ask for variation.
The court further ordered Abba Mohammed to be remanded in Kuje prison, while his father would still be under the supervision of the IGP, Solomon Arase, at Abuja Clinic, pending when they meet their bail conditions. Bello and his son are being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for allegedly collecting 300 million naira from the office of the then National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki.
And now the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, on Thursday afternoon briefly visited the presidential villa, Abuja. The commission in recent times has increased arrest of a suspect allegedly involved in financial and economic crimes in the country. It was not clear whether Magu actually met with President Muhammadu Buhari. Magu arrived to the villa around 3:16 p.m. with one of his police orderly holding a file. Did not spend up to 5 minutes before going out. He declined to speak with journalists that approached him as he rushed out with his orderly. Now, if you're one of those who think that plea bargain is a tool for settling a legal dispute in the administration of justice in Nigeria, then you're wrong. The word plea bargain has not only found its way into Nigeria's legal lexicon, but has become part of the law of the administration of the criminal justice system, which came into law in 2015. A legal practitioner, J.T. Oguya, will disclose these on our flagship breakfast program called I Just Notes that if well implemented, the law is capable of fast-tracking the administration of criminal justice system in Nigeria. Correspondent Ife Dolapo Fakule has the report.
Looking back at the historical evolution of plea bargain, to the common man, it's an avenue for criminals to be freed from being punished for crimes committed. One of our guests on Call Digest knows that plea bargain is a feature of the criminal justice system of common law, which is now available to all persecutors in Nigeria. It says the intent and purpose of the law, though was heavily in favor of the elite, if properly implemented, it is capable of revolutionizing the administration of criminal justice system in Nigeria.
This plea bargaining is now available to all categories of criminal defendants. All categories of criminal defendants. And so, if a petty thief, so to speak, or a suspect or a criminal defendant accused of being a petty thief is arraigned before a court, plea bargaining is still available to him. And
for his part, the Executive Secretary Southwest of the Conference of Nigerian Political Parties believes that those in favor of this practice are the corrupt politicians who use their influence to pervert justice.
The corrupt politician is not going to look, because he has the money, he's not going to look for a cheap lawyer. He's not going to look for a lawyer that is not intelligent. He's going to look for the best lawyer and get a commitment from him. And he's also out with the best lawyer with money to see how he can even corrupt the process. So there's a corrupt man coming to trial, and you think he's just going to come there empty-handed?
But majority of Nigerians who called in on the program are not enthusiastic about the admissibility of the law due to the teeth of the weight of the scale of justice in the plea bargain adjudication as practiced in Nigeria.
The plea bargain is not just pardon for criminality, it's a legalization of criminality. You are now opening road, legalizing it for people to steal more and some are plea bargain. So I think those who enshrine that law in our constitution, they know that the big thieves in this country are political elites. And that's related to them as a brother or a father or a friend.
I think it's in the right track. If you can look at our judiciary system, it's a failure, I can say that. Our judiciary system is one of the matters. We can look at the previous matter of Ibori and Co. You can see what happened in Nigeria, and you can see what happened in London.
Preventing is what is making people in Nigeria to steal. This preventing is a law that is meant for the rich. It's not meant for the poor. When you steal a goat, you go to prison direct. But when a man steals billions, he will come and sit down and protest.
Actually, the plea bargain itself, according to the lawyer, is not a bad concept.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. But like you also said, no concept that works outside Nigeria, when you bring it here, it becomes a different issue. So while I believe, and I personally feel that plea bargain is not bad, it even use the time spent in court and all that. But
we need a faithful implementation of our criminal laws and adherence to highest principles in conformity with the public interest in following our criminal procedure laws. Once we do this, I think that Nigerians will be happy.
With the imperative of criminal justice system, it might be expedient for the federal government to set up criminal law reform committees to embark on a holistic review of the criminal justice administration in the country for proper alignment and implementation of laws. Ife Dolapo Falikulo, Call TV News, Lagos.
You're still watching Core TV Primetime News. Coming up after the break, 23 local government councils in Kaduna State have been dissolved following the expiration of the 6-month tenures in office. Join us again.
Whenever you recharge your Airtel line, you could win a trip to Dubai for yourself and your family members or closest pals. Win one of 60 trips for 4 to Dubai in the Airtel Red Hot promo. Now that's a trip for 240 people. You could also be one of the 60 instant millionaires. Win smartphones and airtime. Everyone is a winner. Keep recharging to win in the Airtel Red Hot promo with Emirates Holidays.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy. News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to the secret. I said to hell.
On Core Digest.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has a right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
Glad to have you back now. If you just join us, this is Core TV Primetime News, broadcasting live from our Lagos studios. A reminder of our top stories now. More details on our headlines. You can also join us on our social media platforms, facebook.com/Core TV News. You can also tweet us at Core TV News NG. And on YouTube now, youtube.com/Core TV space the news. And now the interim management committees of the 23 local government councils in Kaduna State have been dissolved following the expiration of their 6-month tenures in office. The 23 local government councils were appointed on 3rd July 2015 for a period of 6 months by Governor El-Rufai. The Local Government Administration Law number 12 of 2012 provides that the tenure can be extended by the Kaduna State House of Assembly. The government has made appropriate submissions for the extension of the tenure of the IMCs, but the House of Assembly is currently on recess. The governor also extended his profound appreciation to all the IMC members for their selfless and dedicated service to their local governments in particular and Kaduna State in general. He directed the IMC to hand over to the most senior directors in the local governments who will oversee the office of the chairman, pending action members of the State House of Assembly. And now the Plateau State House of Assembly has approved the extension of the tenure of the Management Committee chairman of the 17 local governments in the state by 2 months. The approval followed a letter from Governor Simon Lalong requesting for the extension of the chairman's tenure by 6 months.
Rejecting the governor's 6-month tenure extension request, Daniel Dam, member representing Riyam constituency, said the constitution of the caretaker committees is illegal. He further disclosed that elected chairmen who were removed by the governor still had a case in court challenging their removal from office.
We have a position, we have a solution that the people will relate to the governor, and I think we focus as Mr. Speaker to raise the motion with effect that the power of the local government council in line with the request of the government should only be reviewed after every 2 months. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Deputy Speaker, Yusuf Gagdi, member representing Kantana constituency, said most local government committees were performing below expectations, and as such, the tenure elongation is not a priority.
Mr. Speaker, I think we should continue to work out the based on what we agreed on the floor of this House. It is a 2 months approval. I think, second, the motion being moved that the claim of local government, the capital
the light of the above, then I write to request the current consideration of the House of Assembly to grant further extension by the tenure of the local government management committee by 6 months to enable government set in motion modalities for the conduct of the local government elections in the state.
The management committee chairman were appointed in July and the tenure was extended by 2 months in October 2015.
Following the announcement of the new pump price for premium motor spirits by the federal government, the operation controller of the Department of Petroleum Resources in Jos reaffirms commitments that no petrol station will defraud the public. He announced that the appropriate sanctions will be meted on those found wanting, while calling on marketers to ensure that they keep to the new pump price.
Many marketers that are having product as of now have reverted to the new government PMS pump price of 86 naira 50 kobo, while the NNPC also have complied. And up to as we are talking now, my staff are still on field trying to see that no itches or nobody is not complying.
Meanwhile, a week after the announcement of the new pump price by the federal government, non-compliance to the price has largely been the complaint of Nigerians. Our correspondent Rashid looked at the level of adjustment of the petrol dealers in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, and filing this report.
Days after the new pump price for petrol announced by the federal government took effect, compliance to the new pump price in Osun State is still very low, although all the filling stations have changed their fuel pump display to be a 6 naira 50 kobo new price. The price for a litre of petrol still go as high as 110 naira. Motorists lament over this development.
Well, provided we can get the fuel, the situation, if we can get it 110, before we are getting it at 140, 150. So, but I think it's coming down gradually. Within the next few days, if the foil are available, I think it will go gradually to that 186 86 or 87 naira. Yes, the government said they are going to send their weather DPR agent out. I'm yet to see them working. If they are working, I think the situation will be brought to normal, the normal price situation. They are not yet working, I think.
Of all filling stations around Osogbo, only the NNPC mega station in the state capital, though besieged by a long queue of vehicles, seems to be the only one that has complied with the directive. Commuters, however, call on government and its relevant agencies to ensure the enforcement of the new price, as marketers in the states seem bent on selling far above the price.
There's a filling station at Ayetoro. I've been able to 87 naira or so. The normal price. But every other filling stations, maybe 120, 130. And I think this one is 110. The another issue is the pump issue. Some adjust the pump rather. It's not actually if you buy like 10 liters, it's obvious you cannot get 10 liters, like 8-point-something liters. So which government should do something? But while waiting for the government to do something, you still have to comply with them because you need our cars to run.
With Nigerians' continuous complaint, observers opine that enforcement of the new pump price should be the focus of the Department of Petroleum Resources. Rashid, TV News, Osogbo.
Away from there now, the popular Owo Nifari market has become a shadow of itself following a demolition by the Lagos state government. This action by the state government has, however, generated anger of feelings from Lagosians. Our correspondent Sarah gives us more update on the story.
A day after the destruction of the market, lamentations and despair trailed the Lagos state government decision to opt on the source of livelihood of the Owo Nifari market traders. As they scavenge over what remains under the market rubble, they are sad and aggrieved that the 36-year-old market has been destroyed by the government.
6 days or 7 days into the new year, one would have thought that this year was going to bring forth good tidings for these traders. But as at today, this market has been burnt down, and goods worth millions of naira that would have been redeemable by the traders caught away by fire. These traders are of the opinion that the state government are not doing good things for them. They are of the opinion that this particular destruction has a political undertone.
Aggrieved, many of them desire to vent their anger, but are still confused as they realize that all they depended on have been taken away.
And selling it on Sunday, we are hoping they will open here for us. They're not open here on Sunday, they're not open here on Monday, they're not open here on Tuesday. It was on Tuesday midnight. They're not broke everywhere. We are even begging them that midnight. My auntie was begging Ambode here, lying on the floor, begging Ambode, crying with tears and everything, that Ambode should just allow her to pick some of her goods that she forgot inside. And Ambode was just like, he was just so hardened, not even hearing what my auntie was just saying, and my auntie was doing nothing. She was just so frustrated. Then what did Ambode now want us to do? Should we go and thieve or steal?
Apart from these traders and amid non-traders scavenging, passers-by also condemned the state action towards these traders, describing it as high-handed.
They gave these people quick notice to quit. They are supposed to quit 22nd of January. Without knowing, on the 6th of January, I don't know who came here. They came to demolish this place, and people goods are here. This is pure wickedness. We are all Nigerians. And robbery, this is robbery as far as I'm concerned. Even when they were demolishing this place, the people in charge were not informed to carry their goods. It is not good. It is not good. What they have done is bad. Whosoever that have done this, it is bad.
With these strategic measures from the state government, Lagosians are still unsure of what plans the government has for these traders. The traders, however, call on the government to provide business alternatives in order to mitigate the economic sufferings that they face. Sarah Ayoku, reporting for Court TV News.
Meanwhile, Lagos State government has defended the relocation of traders plying their trade in Owenifari market within the notorious loop of Oshodi to the newly built ultra-modern Isopakodowo market in Bolade Oshodi, saying the action was taken in the overall interest of public good, safety and security. Speaking during a joint press briefing address by the State Ministries of Information and Strategy, the Environmental, Physical Planning and Urban Development, Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, and the Office of Civic Engagement, the government said it constructed an alternative market stall for the traders, which can conveniently accommodate over 600 shops, and agreed to subsidize payment by giving shops at the new market at a monthly giveaway price of 5,000 naira. And now it was a pathetic scene to behold fire gutted a 16-passenger bus along the ever-busy Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. According to an eyewitness, passengers were told to disembark the vehicle soon as smoke was noticed in the bus. Although all property were lost, there was no casualty recorded.
Seeing a car raised at a time when the weather is dry and ash might not leave much amusement. To see a vehicle go up in flames right in front of a filling station raises the worst of fears. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, few meters from the popular Burger bus stop, was the scene of a 16-passenger bus. According to one of the passengers, the Lagos State Fire Service did not respond promptly to their emergency call.
Actually, we boarded a bus going to Ibadan from Lagos, and immediately we got to that point, people started shouting fire, 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 and before you know it, we all started rushing to, running away for our lives and all that. Though the fire service don't mind what they are doing, I'm sorry to say that, don't mind what they are doing. We called them like more than 10 times and they never responded. After everything, as you can see, we did not even restore any reasonable things. They just came and started questioning the fire or something. It's not encouraging. What kind of country is that?
This passenger narrates his losses.
All of a sudden, somebody just shouted fire and everybody rushed out. I was seated at the back. I couldn't salvage any of my belongings, including my phone, my shoe, my passports, my clothes. I've been in Lagos for more than a month. My tablets, my documents, and vital things that are very paramount to me. I lost them all.
On the other end, the Assistant Fire Service Chief explains how rapidly they responded and rolled out the direct toll-free number.
It is not fire service number they call immediately.
they call the control room. That is emergencies line of Lagos State. And it's after they call that place, they later call fire service. It's not fire service they call immediately. So the fire service number, if they call fire service number, they will quickly respond to the scene. But by the time they are calling the 767, it took them a lot of time before reaching the fire service. Fire service number direct is 08033235891. That is the fire service hotline.
At a season where Nigerians are settling into daily activities after Yuletide, motorists are enjoined to carry out regular checks on their vehicles to avoid these incidents. Sarah Ayoku, Core TV News, Lagos.
You're watching Core TV Primetime News. Still to come after the break, a truck bomb attack on a police training center in Western Town in Libya has killed at least 65 people. Join us again.
Whenever you recharge your Airtel line, you could win a trip to Dubai for yourself and your family members or closest pals. Win one of 60 trips for 4 to Dubai in the Airtel Red Hot promo. Now that's a trip for 240 people. You could also be one of the 60 instant millionaires. Win smartphones and airtime. Everyone is a winner. Keep recharging to win in the Airtel Red Hot promo with Emirates Holidays.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
You can now watch Core TV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live. And welcome to Core TV Primetime News. To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click Core TV, leave a space, then news. Core TV News, a 24-hour news station.
Glad to have you back. Outside Nigeria now, a truck bomb attack on a police training center in Western Town in Libya has killed at least 65 people. Witnesses said the truck crashed into the gates of the police academy on the coastal city of Zlatan, about 160 kilometers east of the capital Tripoli. Zlatan's mayor, Miftah Lamadi, will confirm the attack said the truck exploded just as hundreds of recruits were gathering at the academy. No one has claimed responsibility for the assault, but the UN Special Representative to Libya, Martin Kobler, said the blast is a suicide attack. Iran has accused the Saudi-led coalition of an airstrike on its embassy in the Yemeni capital, Sana'a, amid rising tension between Tehran and Riyadh. The spokesman of Iran's foreign ministry, Hussein Jabbar Ansari, said Saudi jets deliberately struck its embassy in an air raid that injured staff, adding that the action is a violation of all international conventions that protect diplomatic missions. However, the spokesman of the Saudi-led coalition, Brigadier General Ahmed Aksari, has promised to investigate Iran's accusation. It disclosed that the coalition jet carried out heavy strikes in Sana'a on Wednesday night, targeting missile launchers used by Houthi fighters against Saudi Arabia. Aksari pointed out that the coalition had requested all countries to supply it with coordinates of the location of other diplomatic missions, adding that the accusation made on the basis of information provided by the Houthis have no credibility. A Syrian government has given humanitarian workers access to an opposition-held town near the border with Lebanon, where people are reported to be starving to death in the freezing cold weather. The United Nations earlier disclosed that it was preparing to deliver humanitarian assistance in the coming days to the besieged town of Madaya. Residents of Madaya, about 25 kilometers northwest of Damascus, are suffering from severe malnutrition and have little access to fuel and medical supplies, largely because of the siege by government regime forces since July. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights disclosed that at least 23 people, including children, had died in rebel-held Madaya because of the siege. And while the UN Syria mediator says it aims to convene peace talks in Geneva on January 25, the latest efforts to end nearly 5 years of conflict in which more than 250,000 people have died. The Minister of Youth and Sport Development, now to Sports Stories Now, Simon Dallon, has appealed to security agencies in the country to ensure adequate surveillance of the entire country at all times. Dallon was speaking at the NFF Secretariat when he paid a condolence visit following the assassination of the head of protocol of the football house, Ibrahim Abubakar. In the words of the sport minister, this is a very tragic death, and he said, and I quote, "I am particularly worried because this young man was killed right on his bed, and I dare say that it could have been anybody, including me," end of quote. He emphasized that security agencies should buckle up to ensure adequate protection of lives and property because it is not a good tale that people should be easily murdered by evil men without any trace. The late Ibrahim Abubakar Gala by tribe joined the federation during the early days of former president of the NFF, Alhaji Sani Lulu Abdullahi, but was murdered alongside his security man at his Kado Estate residence around 2 a.m. on Wednesday. And still in sports, Liverpool club manager Jurgen Klopp has fired back at Sunderland manager Sam Allardyce over the latest claims that the style of football the German has introduced at Anfield is the root cause of Liverpool's current injury crisis. Allardyce claims the injuries came about because Klopp has asked his players to play a high-tempo pressing game from the top end, unaware that the Premier League is ferocious during the Capital One Cup semi-final first leg, a victory over Stoke City. Philippine Coutinho and Dejan Lovren limp out with hamstring injuries, and Kolo Toure suffered cramped, implying that 11th first team players will be unavailable due to injury. 6 of them ruled out with hamstring problems. The Liverpool boss, however, states that he was fully aware of the demands of the English game, adding that his team needs a little bit of luck, which they are unfortunate with. Now, the International Association of Athletics Federation, IAF, has banned 3 senior officials, including the son of former IAF President Lamin Diak, have been banned for life from all athletics activity following allegations of a cover-up over failed doping tests in Russian athletics. The officials are a former marketing consultant to IAF, Papa Diak, the former president of the All-Russia Athletic Federation, Valentin Balakanish, and a senior Arab coach for long-distance workers and runners, Alexis Melnikov. Meanwhile, Gabriel Dole, who was the IAAF's anti-doping director, has been given a 5-year ban for his part in doping scandal which has rocked world athletics. The IAAF's Ethics Commission found the trial to have been blackmail. Russian runner Lilia Shubukova, London Marathon winner in 2010, and made her pay a bribe for a positive drug test to be covered up. That's been Core TV Primetime News. Just before we go, a recap of our major headline. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the entire news production, I am Frank. Have a good night.